Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the Hurry Up. I'm your host, Adam. Let's get into it. Giants football is back, baby. Let's show you the little NY logo, baby. Yeah, so New York Giants are reporting to training camp tomorrow. Full squad is coming in. We'll probably find out who's on the PUP list. If there is anybody, I'm sure there's going to be a couple people on the PUP list coming in to camp. But this is it. This is the march for the Lombardi Trophy. I know we may not get the Lombardi, but that's your goal. That's what you want. You want everyone starts 0-0. Everyone starts 0-0. Who knows? Who knows where the Giants will be come January? Hoping it's a playoff berth, but we will see. The Giants have a lot of question marks this year. A lot of questions that may not get answered due to the enormity of how many question marks they have. And then next year, those things that we thought weren't question marks also become question marks. So there's a lot of work to be done in the next year and a half to 2 years to get this team really right, to be a perennial contender. That's what we want to be, a perennial contender. And we'll see what happens, you know. If you look at like a team like the 49ers, or a team like the Tennessee Titans, you ask yourself the one thing that they're missing to get those teams over the hump. One thing. And I'll leave you hanging there, too, because I know the answer. And you know where I'm going with it. But that's all I have to say about that. But now, we get to see the Wink Martindales. We get to see the Brian Daboll's in action, and he's the guy I really want to see this training camp. I want to see what he does in the preseason, how he gets his guys motivated and ready to play, because a lot of people are excited, as am I, as of the direction of the franchise. However, they haven't done anything. Yeah, they did things in Buffalo, but those two different situations with the different players. Players mean a lot, man. It really does. Players are not... That's why teams do well. Why do you think Pittsburgh's and Kansas City do well? Because they draft well, they teach well, and their guys buy into the system. Xavier McKinney is talking about the other coaching staff and how, it wasn't the ideal situation. Now, if I'm Xavier McKinney, maybe I'm not talking as much, but because he is a leader on the team, but hey, it's night and day. Let's see if it produces, because it's all good now, all rainbows and butterflies until it's not, right? Look what happened with the Giants in the Jim Fossil era. People forget Dan Reeves was a taskmaster. They brought in Jim Fossil, who was a nerdy-looking dude, and he changed the club around. But also was a little lackadaisical coming to discipline. So then they brought in Tom Coughlin, who kicked everybody in the butt and the result was two Super Bowl trophies. So it depends on what happens. I like the big game experience. But hey, look, Pat Shurmur had big game experience. Okay, he brought his team to the NFC Championship game, on the offense with a quarterback named Case Keenum. This guy brought a offense with a quarterback named Josh Allen. People, it's going to take time. And if we do upset the Tennessee Titans, great. But it's not about now. It's about years from now. It's about competing for championships year in and year out. Like a lot of teams, like Green Bay, like Tampa Bay, like the Rams. Building up a foundation so they're there every year, and all they have to insert is one player here, one player there. And next thing you know, they're back in the dance. I mean, Allen Robinson, great addition to the Rams team. People don't think that, but great addition. Solid route runner, can get downfield, got speed, can also play with power. Probably does more unique things than all the receivers combined that they've had. This guy will help Cooper Kupp go deep. But we're talking about the Giants. The Giants have a lot of question marks. Will Wan'Dale Robinson step up? Can Kadarius Toney stay healthy for a full season? What will the quarterback do? How will Saquon Barkley respond? I mean, he has two weaknesses. His weaknesses are sometimes his eyes get the better of him and he doesn't run through the hole. And his natural ability to cut back makes him susceptible to getting tackled in the backfield. And then pass pro. Now, I know people say, well, he doesn't have to be in pass pro, but there are going to be times where he's going to have to be isolated in pass pro. Just because that's what the play is. Like, it's going to be a play call where he may have to stand in and block once or twice because they're bringing 8 or 9 guys in the overload blitz. So I'm looking forward to seeing him. I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of the rookies this year. And they run a lot of undrafted guys. Hopefully that'll be here for a long time. Growing up, you got guys like a Percy Ellsworth. If none of you know who he is, he was a safety the Giants drafted who helped the Giants for a few years and then went on to have a solid career with the Saints. Players come through the system. You want them to do well. You want them to be here for a long time because those are the foundational pieces that you have. They may not be all-stars, but they're glue players. And sometimes you need those glue players to keep everything together while you're bringing in the new players and the foundation. Like, look at a guy like Cam Brown. Will he make the roster now that you got a guy like Darren Beavers and Michael McFadden on there? It's a good question. They already got rid of A.J. Brunson or T.J. Brunson. So, Carter Coughlin still didn't make the team, didn't have injury. I mean, he does some great things that Wink Martindale wants, but will he make the team with McFadden? I don't know. These are a lot of questions. Those are only the minor ones, not asking the big ones. Like I said, what will the quarterback do? What will the running back do? How will the defense perform? Those are questions that can be answered. But the back-end questions, do you have players? Do you have depth? Do you have guys that come in? Guys are going to get nicked up. That's part of the game. Who's going to step up? Will they be ready? Will this team have a direction? It all rests on Brian Daboll. That starts tomorrow. This has been another edition of The Hurry Up. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, put the notification bell on so anytime I go live or any new content comes out, you'll be alerted. And catch me on Premium Takes. We'll get you the new time soon. And also, the real deal NFC Roundup with my man Mac, the Giants fan. Every Wednesday, we'll be talking NFC East football. Are you ready?